Hello fellow Armor Knights, and welcome back to FE6 Hard Mode Armors Only. In this one, we tackle an easy chapter, because no reinforcements, no time-based objectives, nothing. And a lot of the enemies are stationary, besides the initial rush, which isn't too much of an issue. Most of the time in this map, you just deal with the initial rush, have Shauna pick up your promoted Rutger, and have him go to town on Henning. But we don't have that luxury, and we couldn't rescue the armors across even if we wanted to, because not allowed to rescue, so we gotta do things the old-fashioned way. Oh, one more thing, let me know if the audio, like, my voice compared to the background music, if it's a better ratio compared to before, because I got a comment from Mecha himself telling me that my voice was a little quiet, so I'll try and change that, and hopefully it'll sound a bit better. But yeah, really, here we just want Boars to deal with the northern group so that Boars and Wendy can deal with the rest. We are going to try and raise Boars' axe rank this map, because axes are actually better than lances in a good few scenarios in this game. One of which being against axe users, and then also against lance users. So, and enemy sword users, while not being really rare, aren't super common. It's really just against mages and sword users that you want to be using lances against. Yeah, here we just use Jarrett and Astor as bait so that Wendy doesn't take a bunch of damage. Look at Boars, he gets strength and res. What a mage killer he is. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention the dumb gimmick of this guide chapter is if you stand on the tile with like the orange dots, there's I'm not sure what exactly the odds are, but it's something like 1 in 3, 1 in 2, or maybe it's actually on a set pattern. I've never studied it or anything, but you take 10 damage if it does shoot a flame pillar out. It's easily one of the less annoying guide and map gimmicks in this game. There are some pretty annoying ones, but most of the time they're not awful. Here Barth gets speed, what a fast man. Barth is very fast. He's a very good unit too. Yeah, here I'm just trying to figure out a way to get the AI to behave. Chlorine can take a hit, because these enemies are on the weaker side, which is another reason why you might want to skip it, even if you're not LTCing, is because the enemies are quite a bit lower leveled compared to usual. There are a lot of level 6 enemies, and they'll give you, like, no EXP on an even decently trained unit. Like, even Wendy isn't even getting 30 when she's killing some of these guys. So that kinda sucks, but it's not a huge deal, and we do want Wendy to be competent for Western Isles, because she'll be at weapon triangle disadvantage like the whole time over there. Yeah. Luckily the AI is a bit weird and doesn't want to attack Wendy, even though they could do a ton of damage to her if both fighters attacked her. But they're like, no, we'll go for the unequipped units. Good guy Barth missing, even with a slim lance. I even gave him a secret book and a goddess icon, but even with those hit-boosting items, he does not want to hit. Here Wendy gets defense for the first time in, like, ever. Really, since her join, that's her first defense level. Such a good unit, right? Very good. But yes, she got 13 EXP for killing that guy. The enemies here are ridiculously low-leveled. Like, you'd think the optional chapters will be the hardest, and in some cases, they are a little harder than your normal chapter, but this and 12X are not examples of that. Like, this chapter is one of the easiest in the game, I'd say. And even in this run, it's probably... Chapter 1 was probably the hardest. Unless... yeah, I think Chapter 1 was literally harder than Chapter 7 in this run. Though, who knows if that'll be the same. Wendy triangle attack for the guaranteed hit. Look at her go. What a good unit. Yeah, really, triangle attack, you'd think it'd be a lot more useful, but there are quite a few bosses in this game where you can only attack them from one side, so even for the sake of boss killing, it's not super good. And, really, if you're surrounding a unit with 3 units, they should already be dead before the 3rd unit even attacks. Unless you're like... there's a rare example where you surround a unit with 2 units, but attack other units with those 2 units, which I guess that happens a few times, but most of the time you have to, like, directly set up weapon, or I almost said weapon triangle attack, just to feed kills to Wendy. That's literally its best purpose. Because otherwise, she would be struggling a lot more. But yeah, this chapter is also annoying because it has dumb stationary enemies that don't make it more challenging, just more annoying, because if you don't know which enemies are stationary or not, you're just gonna put one unit in their range and not advance with anybody else, and then you have to wait a whole turn waiting through all the dumb flame pillar animations just to see, oh, he's stationary, we can move. It's a little dumb, but it's whatever. Yeah, Bors is so fast. He's actually doubling Henning right now, as long as he has the Seal Blade equipped. Which is pretty impressive, because Henning is considered to be a very, very annoying boss, which he still is annoying, even if you do double him. But, it does make it a bit less painful. Here I'm just, I purposefully left Ellen there so that we could heal her. Also, what's Wendy gonna get? Speed? Wowee, so good. She's actually doubling Steel Axe fighters now, which is, I guess, nice. She's at least doubling some stuff. I think even Barth doubles them, though. Steel Axe fighters are ridiculously slow. Especially low-leveled ones. Yeah, really, this map is just slowly approaching the designated boss area. In a run like this, at least. Where, you can't just rescue drop a unit and kill him, and then rescue drop Roy and seize. I imagine a lot of maps, well, even so far, a lot of maps have been significantly more tedious, because you have to take the... I don't know if I'd call it the intended route, but the longest route. Outside of Chapter 6, which I did play pretty fast for this run standards, I got, what, like 15 turns? Also, every map, I keep forgetting to check turn count. And instead, just sees. I guess it'll make it a surprise, at the end. When we finish the run. If we finish the run. And we get the list of our turn counts. Oh, I missed that, we got the Windy Boars C support, which has some fantastic writing. I can't really complain. Most C supports are pretty basic and just, hello, hello, how are you? I am fine. Goodbye, goodbye. That's basically most C supports in Fire Emblem. I really wish that the flame pillars they wouldn't erupt if there was no unit on them. Because the animation, even though it doesn't seem like much, it really does add up every single enemy phase. And just time it plays. It's really annoying. Even at 2 times speed, it's a little tedious. Wow, Wendy's so good. What a good unit. Even with investment, Wendy is disappointing. But at least she isn't worthless. In most runs, she'd be worthless, but not here. Even Wendy contributes in this run. Here I'm just checking enemy weapons, making sure none of them have anything stupid. Barth gets even more speed. He is so fast. Imagine a level 15 unit with 7 speed. That's literally Barth. His speed is higher than Douglas's. When he promotes, he'll have better speed than Douglas. Just think about that. And then think about how excellent Douglas is. But yeah, Barth doubled that guy, which is hilarious. That's probably the first time I've ever seen Barth double a thing. Here I just make sure I can triangle attack that mage so that I can safely steal with Astur. Yeah, that Killing Edge guy does 2 damage to Barth. He'd do 0 to Boars, and then he'd probably 1-round Windy. Well, not 1-rounder, but if he got 1 crit, he'd kill her, pretty sure. The varying levels of bulk go from God tier on Boars to good on Barth to very mediocre on Windy. Yeah, this guy's an armor slayer, but Boars just doesn't care about those. Like, literally, he does not care. Like, with the lance equipped, it's a 21 might weapon, which would be scary if it wasn't on, like, a 7 strength Myrmidon. Which it is, of course. He did, like, what, 7 damage to Boars? Something like that. Even with triple effectiveness. If this wasn't with triple effectiveness, I'm pretty sure he would have tinked him. And it would have done literally nothing. Yeah, I don't know why all these enemies are stationary, including the mercenary. Like, you'd think at least he moves, but nope. He doesn't move, the archer doesn't move, the mage doesn't move, only the Myrmidon in that group moves. We love tedium in video games. Tea is the water of life. That doesn't make any sense, but yeah, it does. No damage. Barth is unbreakable. Even though a promoted level 20 Barth will never cap HP unless you give him an angelic rope. Fun fact. He has a 100% HP growth and will never cap it. Boars can cap it, naturally, even without an angelic robe, even though I gave him one. I think Wendy can even cap HP. Yeah, let me think. She's base, what, 18 or 19 as a level 1 unit? I think she has 19. Though, assuming she has 18, she can get 19 HP levels, which becomes 37. Then she promotes, which I'm pretty sure is at least plus 4 HP. So yeah, she can cap it, I think. Unless female general promo gains are just awful compared to male ones. Which wouldn't surprise me, actually. We're almost done with this map. Just have dumb fighters and a mage to deal with. Mage's stationary, fighters are not, because who even knows? The mage is the only threatening one, so I have no idea why he doesn't move. Oh yeah, they're accidentally clicked out of VBA, that's why it staggered a bit. I mean, not VBA, my legit Game Boy. It froze for a second, that's what happened. Let's go Wendy. Oh yeah, she got strength? Honestly, 10 speed isn't bad. She should be doubling pirates in the Western Isles, hopefully. If she's not, then benched. But if she is, then that's good. I think my Wendy's actually pretty speed blessed, which is a good thing, even though she's below average in most other areas. Well, I shouldn't say most other areas. I think her strength is average, or a little above. I'm not positive. I should double check. Yeah, here we're just staffing up. Since we may as well get 3 warp users, right? Here we just give the kill to Wendy, cause gotta give kills to her. She is the 3rd best unit in the game. But yeah, look at Boars against Henning. Look at that combat. Doubling him. Although Henning will be very annoying on this enemy phase and will be like, I'm doing no damage, may as well not get doubled. And he'll equip his hand axe and attack with his hand axe, even though he still does 0 damage. Just because he wants to be an annoying guy. So I think, well, if I use an axe, then he'll be able to do damage to me with his steel blade, and then he'll attack me. But I thought wrong, and Henning is like, ha ha ha, why would I want to do damage when I can do 0 damage with a hand axe? So he's gonna keep using it. Because me Henning, me want to be annoying. Which I guess, congratulations Henning, yes you are annoying. But yeah, I could use the Slim Lance for +5 hit over the Iron Axe, but it does half the damage, so I don't think that's a worthwhile trade-off. Yeah, we really just have to pray we hit him. Which, thankfully we do. We do hit him quite a few times. Enough, at least. We hit him again. And then, Henning decides, well, now that I'm at 6 HP, it doesn't matter if I get doubled or not, I'll still die. So he decides, I guess I'll equip my steel blade and finally do damage. So I really don't know what this man's game plan was, but clearly didn't think too much about it, because now we can just Iron Lance him. Although Boars was unkillable to begin with, though, so... Henning down. Oblast. And Boars gets an almost flawless level up. Gets everything but res, which is kinda sad. We do want mage killers, but He's so fast, like, what is doubling him? For the next, like, 15 chapters, what is doubling him? I can't think of anything besides, like, random sword masters. But anyways, yeah, I think that concludes this chapter. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll join me for, Chapter 9, The Western Isles. Peace out.